All right, so hi, good evening. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being on time, a reader. I'm going to start today's class with you. All right, you're also there, so let's begin. Again, first, this is the first day of this week, so we're going to be working with Pearson. I'm going to assign this week's unit. I'm also going to assign the final test, and then we're going to start working with the final lessons that we have. All right, these last 3 days in the group classes. So the first thing, the unit 4, right? This is the last unit. As always, I'm going to assign it now, and you're going to have until Friday to finish that. Okay, it's the usual. So Friday, 11:59 p.m. Two attempts, as always, and the model. Right, that's it. So that's the first part. You have the assignments to complete them until Friday, 11:59 p.m. Now, the second thing that I am also going to do now is the final test. Okay, this is the final test, Model B test, Test B integrated skills. So I'm going to assign it now, but you cannot take it until Thursday. All right, the start date, then it's going to be Thursday, let's say 6 a.m. Okay, so starting Thursday at 6 a.m., you can start taking the final test. And you're only going to have, remember, the final test is a little bit before because we need to send the scores and everything. So it's only going to be until Saturday noon. All right, that has to be clear, please. One more time. El examen final está disponible desde el día jueves a las 6 de la mañana, ¿ya? Y va a poder tomarse hasta el día sábado a mediodía. Ya no es como siempre hasta medianoche, solamente hasta mediodía, porque se tienen que enviar las notas y todo ello. Por eso también se lo puede tomar con anticipación, y que nosotros también vamos a terminar el avance antes, y el viernes va a ser para ver últimos detalles y preguntas. Bueno, so one more time. Thursday, 6 a.m., starting date for the final exam, and it's going to be up to Saturday, 11:59 a.m. Okay, it means noon. So for the final test, you have 60 minutes, and that's it. All right, so the final review, please. The Unit 4 assignments are for Friday, 11:59 p.m., and the final test can be taken starting on Thursday, 6 a.m. until Saturday noon. All right, mediodía. That's it. Please let me know if you have any questions related to Pearson. In the meantime, I'm going to show you some of your scores to see how you're doing, and you can compare your scores to your partners as well. All right, so there you go. Most of you have taken every quiz, most of you have completed, if not every, almost all the assignments, so that's perfect. You're only missing then this unit, okay, this unit assignments until Friday, and it says 3 out of 4 because you're missing then the final test that you can take it starting Thursday. That's it with Pearson. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know. If not, we're going to finish with Pearson over here. All right, let's go then to the next part. As always, you know, every new week has a new document. So I'm sharing today's and this week's document. The link is in the chat. We're going to write examples and some exercises over there. And we're going to start now with the lesson. All right, future in the past. Again, I'm going to ask some questions as I always do. So reader, the first question is for you, please, reader. When you read future in the past, what do you think we're going to be learning here, reader? What do you understand by future in the past?
Oh, sorry. Um, I think the future in the past is used to refer to something that was uh, the future at some time in the past. It, mm,
Okay, good. That's correct. Let's complement that one, reader. You're right, right? In some time in the past, we had ideas for the future, but that future, right, it's something again that it's past, perhaps. So good, right? Future ideas that we had in a past context, in a past situation. Now, if I ask you an example, how can you express a future in the past idea, reader? What do you say? If you want to mention now, okay, now, in the present, what was your future idea in that past? How would you do it, reader? Imagine that you, all right, when you were a child, you wanted to be an astronaut, or you wanted to be, I don't know, something, all right, a famous singer or a famous musician, let's say. How do you express that idea in past, reader, using future in the past? What do you say?
an example, teacher.
Yes, please. I have one example of
Oh,
future in the past.
uh, no, okay. Mm, they they were going to travel to Canada, but they couldn't go because
Great, great. And then because you give me any reason, right? Good. They were going to travel to Canada, comma, but they couldn't because, I don't know, right? Something happened or they changed their minds. Very good. We're going to. Let's keep working. All right. I'm going to go now with you, Rodrigo. Following that logic, Rodrigo. So, reader was saying we use future in the past for past ideas that we had for that future, right? Then, and his example was they were going to travel to Canada, but they couldn't because something happened. What other examples or what example can you give me related to that idea, Rodrigo? Any example for future in the past using that structure? What do you say?
Uh, for example, she was practicing for the championship, but mm, she lost the leg.
Okay, it's valid. Thank you, Rodrigo. Yes, you can also use past continuous. It's not bad. Here we're going to use other tenses. Okay, we're going to use be going to in past, and we are going to use the past of will. All right, we're not going to use the past continuous, but yes, it's also possible as you're doing, Rodrigo, to use past continuous. All right, yes, she was practicing for the championship, right, for the contest, but something happened there, right? Or she lost, or she didn't want to participate at the end, or she got injured, or she had an accident and she couldn't participate, right? Something like that. Something that happens related to that future idea that she had. All right. It's possible again with past continuous, but it's better if we use be going to in past or the future, sorry, the past of will. All right. Be going to in past or the future of will. Again, we're going to learn that one here. And one more. Let me see who else is here. All right. So this is going to be for you, Mauricio, the last one. Future in the past. What is the past of will, Mauricio?
I think it's would.
Would, correct. Would, right? Would is the past of will. Now, following readers and Rodrigo's examples, for example, reader said they were going to travel to Canada, but they couldn't. okay, because something happened. Following that logic, Mauricio, how can you give me an example in future in the past using the past of will?
I would get a new car, but the coronavirus start in 2019.
Okay, it started in 2019. Good. All right, there's only one thing missing. What can you add? And let's try to do it here with you, Mauricio. It's okay what you're telling me. I would get a new car, but the coronavirus was started. Now, to use would, there's a condition, Mauricio. Be going to can be like that. But before would, you need an expression related to something that you thought. So what idea with two words can you add before I would get a car to have one expression with think, with believe, or with expect in past? How would you do it, Mauricio?
Maybe using is.
Okay, like what, for example? How would you do it? You only need one expression before everything you said, because it's correct. I would get a car, but something happened, right? The coronavirus started. Before I would get a car, you need one expression in which you tell me something using think, believe, or expect, for example, in past. How would that be?
I don't know, teacher. Maybe on time expression.
All right, try conjugating only the subject I, then conjugate the verb think in the simple past, and then tell me everything that you already told me with would. How would that be? Again, you only need the subject I, then you conjugate the verb think in past, in simple past, and then you tell me your idea, the idea that you told me at the beginning.
I talk. I would buy a new car, but the coronavirus started in 2019.
There you go, exactly. Perfect. Thank you, Mauricio. That's it. All right. Now you don't have the formula, right? But that's it, Mauricio. The condition to use would for future in the past is that you need an expression in past before would. All right. Because if not, it's going to be kind of incorrect. Now, due to the fact that would needs context. Would can be condition, would can be past, as in this case, would can be future sometimes. All right, so in order to know how to use would correctly, in this case with future in the past, you need that expression. All right, and we're going to learn that one here. Thank you very much once again. So let's go there directly. You got me very good ideas. Now let's use these examples over here. The first one is going to be for you, please, Gilbert. Let's read number one, please, Gilbert.
I was going to study law, but my parents took me out of it.
Thank you, Gilbert. Now I have a question for you here, Gilbert. Law means derecho, right? Derecho. I was going to study law, but my parents took me out of it. So this is an hypothesis, right? It's an hypothesis, Gilbert. If I ask you, number one, are you a lawyer now? Are you a lawyer now? According to this example, Gilbert, yes or no? What do you say?
No.
No, right? You're not a lawyer. So, did you study law or not in the past, Gilbert?
Yes.
Okay, according to this example, right? What do you say? Did you study law or you didn't study law because of your parents?
No, teacher.
You didn't, right? Because the expression took me out of it. ¿Qué significará esto? What's the meaning of took me out of it? It's like saying, ¿no? Me sacaron de eso, me convencieron de que no lo haga. All right, so I was going to study law, but my parents took me out of it. It means that I didn't study law. Right, that's the idea. I don't know if you have questions about that logic, Gilbert.
No.
On the expression. All right, thank you very much. Then the next one is going to be for you, please, Adriana. Let's read this one, please, Adriana.
I thought I would move to Paris. It never happened. So
Okay, thank you, Adriana. So the same question, the same logic, Adriana, right? It says, I thought I would move to Paris. It never happened, though, right? It never happened, though. So if I ask you this, Adriana, did you move to Paris? Yes or no?
no, teacher. This
Okay.
never happened.
It never happened, right? Correct. Thank you, Adriana. There you go, right? So I thought plus idea with would. It means in the past, your future plan was moving to Paris, right? I thought I would move to Paris in future, right? In that future in the past. But you didn't. It never happened though, right? Why? We don't know. Something happened, right? Something happened and you didn't move to Paris. So that's the logic we're going to follow today. All right, that's the logic we're going to use in our examples. So to use it, please, let's learn more about it. Usage. This is going to be for you, please, Joanna. Let's read usage, please.
When you had a plan, expectation, or sometime was possible, but because of certain circumstances, it couldn't happen. You use the future and the past.
Thank you, Joanna. Good, right? So when you had a plan, expectation, or something was possible, right, in the past. But because of some things, it couldn't happen. All right, so in that situation, you use future in the past. They were going to travel to Canada, right? But they couldn't, as a reader was saying, right? Or Rodrigo also, she was practicing for the championship, but something happened. She had an accident, so she couldn't participate. So that's future in the past. Here we have more examples. These examples are going to be for you. Let me see. Not all of us are here, but let's go back to you, please, reader. Let's read those two examples, please, reader.
Okay. I was going to have a party, but nobody could come. She was going to stay at home. However, her friends called her to go out.
Thank you, reader. Good. So also here, right, like something that is not part of the lesson, but you can see the punctuation rules. Aquí pueden ver las reglas de puntuación de manera indirecta. ¿No? I was going to have a party, complete idea, comma, fanboy, right? But subject, verb, complement, complete idea. Nobody could come. Or the second part, she was going to stay at home, complete idea. You always have three options, right? After a complete idea, siempre tienen tres opciones después de una idea completa. Comma and fanboy, semicolon, or period. En este caso están usando punto y coma, right? Semicolon. So semicolon, however, después de however siempre vamos a usar coma. Comma, her friends called her to go out. But and however here have the same meaning. Right? That's very important. it means contrast. Ambas ideas dan contraste, right? But, contraste, however, contraste. So you have to use that. I was going to do this, but something happened. She was going to stay at home, however, something happened, right? But you use comma with but, and you use semicolon, however, comma with however. All right, take that into account, please, because in our examples, we're going to apply these rules. The second part of usage, please. This is going to be for you, Rodrigo, please. Let's read this one.
It's possible to use the future in the past for plans that happened, but it's not as common as when it didn't happen.
All right, thank you very much, Rodrigo. So this is actual, right? You can use it for things that happened, but it's more common for things that didn't happen. Examples, and these examples are not common, but it's important that you also have them, all right, so that you know how to use them as well. So this part is for you, please, Mauricio. Let's read these examples, please, Mauricio.
Tom always knew he would be a good student. Mary was very happy on Saturday morning. She was going to visit her friends that evening.
Thank you, Mauricio. So as you can see, before would, you always have one expression in past, right? Tom always knew, past, that he would be a good student, right? You don't have that over there, but if you want to be formal, you say that. He would. So you only can use would if you have a previous idea in past. All right. Tom knew he would be a good student, and he was a good student, right? So that happened. Mary was very happy on Saturday morning. She was going to visit her friend that evening, and she visited her friend. That's why she was happy, right? And it happened. But again, that's not common. It's more common when the idea doesn't happen. So let's start practicing, please. This is going to be the first idea, the formula, and you're going to write some examples. Okay, so this step-by-step is going to be for you and Adriana. Let's read everything here, please, Adriana.
Was we're going to. This form is used to describe a future plan or intention relative to the time of speaking. This form is often used when the anticipated event didn't actually happen. It is formed with subject plus past where, affirmative or negative, plus going to, plus base form of the verb, plus complement.
Thank you, Adriana. So this is what you have to do now, all right? Was and were going to. This is not past continuous, right? For example, I was telling you that, Rodrigo, right? You can say she was practicing, but that's past continuous. It's possible, but that's another structure. It's also past in the future, but we're not going to see that yet here. Here you need future in the past. And the difference between past continuous and future in the past is that in past continuous, you only need was, were, plus the verb with ing. That's it. In future in the past, you need was, were, plus going to, okay, always going to, plus the main verb in the base verb, right? She was going to practice. She was going to travel. She was going to participate. She was going to do this and that. They were going to travel. They were going to eat. I was going to study. I was going to go. Right? Always going to, verb. Going to, verb. But you need to show me that it didn't happen. So you can say, but I couldn't do it. However, they couldn't do it. Or they couldn't do it though. One of those contrasting ideas. All right, so let's work on this, please, to see how you do it, guys. So Reader, Rodrigo, Adriana, Joanna, Mauricio, right, everybody, Gilbert, go please to the document. I'm going to share again. It's in the chat, but if you were a little bit late, I'm sharing the link again. There you go. The link is in the chat once again. Go there, please, and write 2 examples only with was or were going to. Okay, only with this formula, please. Using this formula. And after the example, please give me a contrasting idea. En los dos ejemplos que van a escribir, deme una idea de contraste, por favor. Ya sea usando but, ya sea usando however, o ya sea usando though al final de esa segunda oración. Okay, so one more time, un ejemplo que les doy. I was going to study, I don't know, medicine, right? I was going to study medicine, comma, but I changed my mind. No, pero cambié de parecer. Or, I was going to study medicine, however, I changed my mind. Or the last option, la última opción. I was going to study medicine, period. I changed my mind, though. All right, those are the options. Let's do it, please, to see how you work with the punctuation. 2 examples, and in 2 minutes we check, please. Any questions, just let me know, guys.
Teacher, dos oraciones compuestas, ¿no? La primera de forma normal y la siguiente con el futuro.
Yes, the 2 of them have to be like that. Las dos tienen que ser con este futuro en el pasado. All right, both of them. I was going to, she was going to do something, and the second part, pero tienen que ser compuestas, es verdad. But ambas compuestas y ambas en pasado.
Ya.
All right, there you go. So 2 minutes, please. Again, any question, let me know, and we check your ideas. Okay, don't forget to use this formula. If you want to be correct, use this formula. Subject, was, were, affirmative or negative, going to plus the base form of the verb, plus complement. And also the contrasting idea, but, however, though. All right, we check in 30 seconds. Okay, so we're on the 2 minutes. So again, we're going to check, please, 2 examples using future in the past. In this case, only with was going to, were going to. No solamente con esta fórmula de acá, por favor. I was going to be a doctor. She was going to study medicine. They were going to travel to Canada, right? But something happened. However, I changed my mind. My parents convinced me not to do it, though. All right, everything is in past. Remember, this is future in the past. So let's take a look at your examples and we continue working. Let me see how you're doing. Okay, now I got updated. So Rodrigo, I think you have yours. Let's start reading your ideas, please, Rodrigo.
They were going to change the food in the restaurant, but they decided to try out new things. she was going to get into the university. However, his friend take out of it.
Okay, thank you, Rodrigo. Let's check. I think your ideas are very well done. They were going to change the food in the restaurant, but they decided, right, you only need two things over here because the ideas are great. Before, but you always need a comma, okay? Because if not, it's going to be incorrect. And how do you know that? Right again, complete idea, right? Subject, verb, complement, comma, but subject, verb, complement. Right? So you have to use a comma. The other one is, remember some rules for infinitive. After some verbs as want, need, decide, after those verbs and many other verbs, you have to use the infinitive, right? It's going to be, but they decided to try out new things, right? Period. No, very good. Then he was going to get here. If you're going to use these two words, all right, then mix them, right? Instead of into the university, no. He was going to get into the university, all right? Or he was going to join the university, or he was going to get at the university, but it depends how you mix them. Now, if you use however, remember you have two options, Rodrigo, because we cannot use however like that. The first option, as in the examples, right? Semicolon, however, comma. All right, so with but, only one comma, but with however, semicolon and comma. Or the other option, it's also possible, period, and however, comma. All right, those are correct. Both are correct. So period, however, comma, correct. Semicolon, however, comma, correct. His friend take out of it, good. But as if this is past, remember, this is only related to past situations. So instead of take, it's going to be took, right? And then you need an object. Took what? Out of what? So took him, right? Because you're talking about a man, he. So, however, his friend took him out of it. In other words, his friend convinced him not to do it. All right, that's up to that part, Rodrigo. Do you have any questions about those recommendations or suggestions? Let me know, please.
Teacher, it's clear.
All right, thank you. Mauricio, let's continue with you, please.
I was going to miss the class, but the Google Calendar remembered me. We were going to stay one more night. However, we had to go before Monday.
Thank you very much, Mauricio. Good. Again, I think we're following good examples. I was going to miss the class, comma, good, but, and complete idea, right? Good. The only one thing here, Rodrigo, if you say the Google Calendar remembered me, it means that the calendar remembered you. Es como decir, te recordó, but actively, all right? It's like saying that Google Calendar is a human, okay? And Google Calendar thought of you, something like that, all right? If you want to say recordar, like in the case you want to say, instead of remembered, you're going to say reminded. Okay, so what's the difference? ¿Cuál es la diferencia? Remember es que tú activamente recuerdas algo, right? I remembered that. Yo recordé eso. But if you say, I reminded you, significa yo te hice recuerdo. All right, so the Google Calendar reminded me to do it if you want, or about it, right? To do it, to attend, or about it. One of those options would work over there, Maurice, but that the rest of it is good. We were going to stay one more night, semicolon, however, comma, we had to go before Monday. Great. Any questions about that recommendation, Mauricio? Let me know, please.
No, teacher, but I have a question. I was writing Google's calendar like this with the, I don't know,
The apostrophe?
Yes, with the apostrophe, and it shows us. It showed me a recommendation that the correct is without the apostrophe. Why? Why is it?
In this
Is
case,
it
it's
correct?
yes. In this case, it's Mauricio because that's the name of the app. Okay, that's a name. So look, and even the best thing to do it is like this. All right, like Google Calendar. So as that's the proper name, it's like changing, right? My name is Jose Luis. If you want to apply some rules to my name, right, it's not going to work. It's the same here. Only take Google Calendar as the real name, as a proper name. And as it's a proper name, then you don't need the apostrophe for the possession because that's actually the real name of Google Calendar. All right, it's not possession of Google, it's only the name. All right, I don't know
Okay.
if you have questions about it.
No, teacher. No.
All right, there you go. Again, it applies anytime that it's the real name, it's the proper name. For example, if you go with me here, just to show you. Here, right? And you have this, you have calendar, you have Gmail. So as this is going to be the real name, you're not going to say Google's Drive, right? Google's Gmail, no, because it's not possession. In this case, it's only the proper name. So it's only going to be Google Drive, Google Gmail, Google Classwork, Google Photos. You don't need the apostrophe or the possession just for that one. All right, I don't know if you have any other questions, Mauricio.
No, teacher.
All right, thank you very much. Then I'm going down, scrolling down to work with you, Gilbert, please, this time. Let's read your two ideas, please, Gilbert.
I was going to go to training, but I stay home. I was going to go to the cinema, however, her friends called her to go.
Okay, thank you, Gilbert. Great. Again, few observations, only the first one. You have two options here, Gilbert. You can say, I was going to go training, or I was going to go to train.
To train.
Exactly, both are correct, okay? Go training without to, okay, that you don't need it here, no to. So I was going to go training, or I was going to go to train, that's it. And the rest is very good, Gilbert. I don't have any more questions or recommendations. Do you have any questions about this?
Why training after two?
Okay, the rule is the following, Gilbert. After go, después de go, tienes dos opciones. O decir que vas a un lugar con to, por ejemplo, go to train, ¿no? Go to train, ir a entrenar. Or in English you have another option, o en inglés también tienes otra opción, que la actividad, en lugar de decir to train, a entrenar, directly you can say the gerund, directamente puedes usar el gerundio, que es con ing. Entonces, vos tienes las dos opciones, to train, a entrenar, o ir entrenando, algo así. That's why you can say, por eso puedes decir, I have to go shopping, tengo que ir de compras. I have to go, right, training, tengo que ir a entrenar. Those two options always give, all right?
Yes, okay.
Okay, great. There you go. Thank you, Gilbert. Now, Reader, let's continue with you, please, Reader.
He was going to train for the summer tournament, but he broke his ankle. She was going to sing at the concert. However, the concert was canceled.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Reader. I think it's working very good. I have no recommendations or observations. I don't know if you have any questions about this structure so far, Reader. No? All right. Let's keep working. Okay, thank you. Adriana, let's the same with you, please. Read your two ideas.
I was going to visit my mother, but it started to rain. They were going to give a gift. However, they forgot the gift in the taxi.
Good. Again, it's very well structured. I think I don't have observations as I'm taking a look at. No, it's good, Adriana. Do you have any questions so far? Let me know, please.
No, teacher.
All right, thank you. And Joanna, please, let's finish up with you, Joanna.
She was going to visit her mom, However, she went shopping for clothes and they were going to win a game in the soccer, but they lost shamefully.
Thank you, Joanna. Good. Very few details and puntuación más que todo. All right. She was going to visit her mom. Perfect. However, she went shopping for clothes. Good. Ya está perfecto. Only punctuation. All right. The rule for however, la diferencia ya, para explicar brevemente, but, ese but de ahí abajo en el segundo, it's called coordinating conjunction. Ya, coordinating conjunction. La regla dice que con estas conjunciones, usa solamente coma but, coma and, coma or, coma so, coma for. Okay, there are only some coordinating conjunctions. Solamente hay pocas de estas conjunciones. But however, okay, it's not a conjunction, no es una conjunción. However, is an adverb and it's a transition word. Ya es una palabra de transición. And the rule in English says that with transition words, con palabras de transición like however, nonetheless, additionally, all those, you have to use either semicolon, all right, semicolon or period. And after however, you have to use comma. All right, it's going to be semicolon, however, comma, if you want shopping for clothes. Okay, that's the first one. And in the second one, they were going to win a game. The significa el, right? Significa el. So a game, the soccer, un juego el soccer, no, it's going to be a game of soccer, right? Un juego de soccer. Or if you want to even do it better, incluso lo quieres hacer mejor, a soccer game. Okay, they were going to win a soccer game, comma, very good. They lost shamefully. Good, that's a very good adverb over there, Joanna. That's the only correction. Let me know, please, if you have questions about it, Joanna.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Good. I think we're working very good with that one. Let's go to the next part. The next part is examples, just to reinforce what you did. Let me see. Rodrigo, let's start with you, this one, please, Rodrigo. Let's read the two first examples, please.
Mike was going to buy a new shirt, but he couldn't find one. Sorry, I interrupted. Were you going to say something?
Thank you very much. All of them are future in the past, right? Mike was going to buy a new shirt, future in the past. Were you going to say something in the past? Something happened, right? I interrupted, right? So you can say, you are going to say something, comma, but I interrupted you. Okay, but this is stated in a form of a question, which is very interesting. Number 3 and 4, please, this is for you. Let me see. Adriana, please. Number 3 and number 4, Adriana.
I was going to work out, but I decide to watch TV instead. I forgot she was going to visit us.
Thank you, Adriana. The same idea, right? Future in the past. I was going to work out, but I forgot she was going to visit us. Okay, here you don't have but. Or you can say, right, she was going to visit us. However, I forgot about it. And I didn't go home, so we couldn't see each other. Okay, so you may have a lot of ideas. But again, that's example related to be going to in past. Now, the second part of today's practice is would. This one, okay, everything is going to be for you. Gilbert, let's read everything with you, please, Gilbert.
From service and an expectation or a possibility, but not necessarily a plan. It is often paired with verb relating to the subject, so, team, subject, noun, hope, in the simple past. Would is the past tense of will, formed using subject plus so, can I, etc. Plus subject plus would, negative or positive, plus base from of the verb plus complement.
Great, thank you, Gilbert. Let's only repeat these two words, please, Gilbert. This is going to be expectation.
Expectation.
Good, and this one, new.
New.
There you go, thank you, Gilbert. Good, so again, as you can see, it's the same as be going to. Es lo mismo que was going to, were going to. It's the same. But you need one thing. Necesitan una cosa. ¿Recuerdan cuando vimos con Mauricio? You need something before. Necesitan sí o sí algo antes. Something like, I thought, yo pensé. I knew, yo sabía. I suspected, yo sospeché. Right? I hoped, yo esperé, esperaba. All right, so you need one expression like that. If not, it's going to be weird. Si no, estaría raro. All right, so I thought I would be a doctor. Yo pensé que sería un doctor, but I changed my mind. Pero cambié de parecer. So again, the next part to this, la siguiente parte de esto es siempre igual. But something happened. All right, I thought I would study medicine, but my parents took me out of it. She knew she was going to do it. All right, and that's it. So would. To work with would, please, now I'm going to show you also something else. This. Ahora vamos a trabajar con esto también. Common expressions. Please, your examples are going to be like this. And remember, you have to use would. All right, ahora tienen que usar would. Would plus the base verb. I would be, yo sería. I would travel, yo viajaría. I would study, yo estudiaría. I thought, okay? I thought I would study. Pensé que estudiaría. I knew I would travel. Sabía que viajaría. That's the structure you have to use. But please, you're going to use first with expressions, specific expressions. You're going to use number 2, okay, and number 4. And in number 2, you're going to use however, and in number 4, you're going to use though. And remember, please, I'm going to mark it many times. It has a comma. All right, so let's read this to practice, please. Actually, I'm going to do it for you. Future in the past here, you need to write your example with would, right? I thought I would study medicine. Semicolon, however, comma, in someone you have to tell who, right? However, comma, my friend took me out of it, period. And in number 4, the same. How about you give me another example? I thought I would travel to Santa Cruz. I thought I would travel to Santa Cruz, period. Okay, here you need a period. Period, I changed my mind, comma, though. And here you have some examples, right? I have to use but with comma, however with semicolon and comma, and though with period and with comma before though. If you have questions about these rules, please let me know. If not, again, we're going to write 2 examples. One example with number 2 with would. I thought I would. I knew I would. And number 4, I thought I knew. I thought I would. I knew I would. And the first one with would, the first one with however, and the second one with comma, though. Now, Adriana, let me know what your question is, please.
Sí, teacher. Cuando decimos so, y en el tercer ejemplo dice I was going to have my restaurant, my mother convinced me not to do it talk. ¿Ese talk se refiere a I was or my mother?
No, though refers to that whole idea. Se refiere a toda esa segunda idea que es el contraste de la primera. Por ejemplo, si tú dices esta, Adriana, I thought I was going to have a restaurant. Yo pensé que iba a tener un restaurante. Aquí digamos, ¿no? Was going to. Toda esa segunda parte con though es el contraste de esta primera. Y en español se traduce de esta manera, right? Yo iba a tener mi propio restaurante, mi madre me convenció de no hacerlo, sin embargo. All right, so all the whole idea contrasts the first idea. Toda esa segunda idea contrasta la segunda idea. So though in this case, en este caso though, is exactly the same as however and but. Es exactamente lo mismo que however y que but. Okay, but you don't use it at the beginning, pero está mal si lo usas al principio o en medio de las dos. Tiene que ser al final de la segunda con una coma antes de though.
Teacher, es otra palabra, ¿no? No es el pasado de pensar de todo.
Exactly. No, it's not the same. No es el mismo. Justamente cambia por eso un poquito la pronunciación, ¿no? Thought, el pasado de pensé, y este solamente es though, sin embargo.
Ya.
All right, good. Thank you, Diana. So please, let's work on that with number 2 and number 4, please. One example using would, usando would. Y recuerden que para usar would necesitan antes una pequeña expresión. I thought, pensé. I hoped, esperé. And then I would, she would, he would, and the base verb. All right, let's do it, please. Again, 2 minutes, and we check your examples. And don't forget, if you have any other questions, just let me know. All right, so we're going to start checking. Let's remember again, it's the 2nd minute. Good, so please, one example with number 2, future in the past. I thought I would be a doctor. Pensé que sería un doctor. Semicolon, however, no, sin embargo, coma, my mother took me out of it. Mi madre me sacó de eso, ¿no? Me convenció de no hacerlo. Number 4, I thought I would be a doctor. Pensé que sería un doctor. Period, punto. I changed my mind. Cambié de parecer. Coma, though, sin embargo. All right, so those are the 2 examples. Los ejemplos tienen que tener esa estructura. Let's check how you did it, and we're going to work on corrections if it's needed. All right, you're working on that. Good. Great. Keep working, please. All right, if you didn't finish, keep working on that, and we're going to check that together. I think I have yours, Adriana. Let's read your examples, please, Adriana.
He was going to celebrate a birthday, but he talked not to do it. We were going to play volleyball. My sister forgot the ball. So,
Okay, okay, thank you, Adriana. I think they are very good. We're only going to work on one change. Para practicar, como ya practicamos con be going to en pasado, ahora practiquemos con would en pasado, Adriana. How do you change this to would? ¿Cómo cambiarías solamente la primera parte a would en lugar de usar was going to y en lugar de usar were going to? ¿Cómo usarías would ahí, Adriana? What do you say?
he will. He will.
After would, you only need the main verb. Después de would solamente necesitas el verbo principal. ¿Cuál es el verbo principal en el número 3?
Celebrate.
Celebrate, right? So
He
in other
will-
words,
He
good,
will celebrate a birthday, but he told not to do it.
good, muy bien. Ahora necesitamos una cosa más. Para usar would en un pasado, en el futuro, en el pasado, hay una condición que sí o sí se tiene que hacer. Sí o sí antes de would necesitas una idea como él pensó o él pensaba. Él sospechó o él sospechaba. Él esperó o él esperaba. How would you do it? ¿Cómo aumentarías eso al principio, Adriana? What do you say? How do you say? ¿Cómo dirías? Él pensó que él celebraría un cumpleaños.
He told.
Good. He thought he would, right? And if you want to be very formal, si quieres ser muy formal, siempre un that. Okay, he thought that he would celebrate a birthday or one birthday, right? But he thought not to do it, pero pensó no hacerlo. Okay, good. In the number 4, the same, Adriana. How would you do it in number 4?
We wanted.
But you need un verb, tiene que ser un verbo que traiga referencia a eso de pensar o esperar o sospechar.
We hope.
Okay, good. We hope that
That we will going to play volleyball.
Okay, good. Very good. We hoped that we would, right? In this case, use would. Entonces, esa en otras palabras, Adriana, es la condición. Si usas be going to en pasado, no necesitas nada. He was going to celebrate a birthday. We were going to play volleyball. Okay, no, you don't need anything. No necesitas nada más. But if you use would, pero si usas would, sí o sí necesitas una frase previa para que sepamos que hace referencia a una idea en el pasado. Porque would puede significar muchas cosas. All right, so he thought that he would celebrate a birthday, but he thought not to do it. And we hoped that we would play volleyball, period. My sister forgot the ball. So that's it. Let me know, please, if you have any questions about it, Adriana.
No, teacher.
All right. Thank you very much. Good. Now I'm going to keep working with you. Reader, I think you have your ideas ready, reader. Let's read them, please. Are you there, reader? I think your microphone is off.
Yes, teacher, I'm not ready.
Okay, don't worry, keep working, please. In number 4, right? On number 4, only change that was going to, change it to would, right? She thought she would, or something like that. All right, that one over there. Then in number, this is you, Okay, Gilbert, let's read your ideas, please, Gilbert.
I would travel to Dubai wherever I travel to the USA. She always thought you would win wherever she lost.
Okay, good. Only one detail, solamente un detalle acá. If you say, right, she always thought, ella siempre pensó, you would win, que tú ganarías. However, el contraste me tendría que decir algo de ti, no de ella, ¿no? Para que sea un contraste. So, it's going to be, however, you lost.
You lost, yes.
Exactly, right? Pero perdiste. Because it's opposite to the expectation, but everything else is good, Gilbert. And only one pronunciation, please. This one more time, thought. Let's repeat that one, please. Thought, good. Everything else is very good, Gilbert. Any questions about it?
No.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. That was very good. Mauricio, let's work with you now, please, Mauricio.
Okay, I thought I would eat my breakfast, but the boss interrupted me with an important announcement. We hoped we would see the movie. However, the internet connection was too bad, though.
Okay, good. Again, only one detail, very subtle, Mauricio, because your examples are very good. In number 4, you only can use one because however and though are like the same. Okay, they mean the same. So it's like repetition. So you have to choose between however and though. In this case, you have to use though. So in order to use though, erase however. Okay, because it's like repeating the same word. It's like saying however, the internet connection. Okay, so only one, either but or however or though, and it has the same meaning. I don't know if you have any questions about it. Everything else is very good, Mauricio.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Good. So one more time for everybody, no más para todos. Aquí en paréntesis puede ser confuso, pero pues si ven los ejemplos, solamente uno, but. Ya no ponemos however, porque but es lo mismo que however ahí. However, ya no ponemos ni but, ni though, o though, pero ya no ponemos ni but, ni however. Right? That's always going to be the logic for everybody. Now, let's keep working. You're doing very good so far. Rodrigo, let's work with you now, please, Rodrigo.
We hoped she would complete the exercise. However, she couldn't do it. She suspected his boyfriend would deceive her. He never had not done it, though.
Great. Thank you, Rodrigo. Great. These are very interesting examples, even the vocabulary, deceive. If this is going to be an exception, instead of I, this is going to be only like E, deceive. Let's repeat this one, please, Rodrigo. Deceive.
Deceive.
Okay, very good. Again, they are very well done, very interesting vocabulary and very interesting structure. The punctuation and everything is correct, except for this one also. Remember, if you're going to use the, you have, again, 2 options. The main option here, Rodrigo, would be using it with period. Okay, let me see what is this. Yes, no comma, instead of comma, period. All right, period. Or the other option, Rodrigo, is to use semicolon. Okay, why? Because this is a different structure. Again, only we're going to use commas with conjunctions like and so, but with the rest of the ideas, it's going to be semicolon or a period. Just that one, Rodrigo. Let me know, please, if you have any questions or observations about it.
I have a question. In my second sentence, if I want to use he will not do that is correct. Is correct.
Okay, if you say she suspected his boyfriend would deceive her, he would never do it. It's possible. You are not given the same idea, right? You are adding information to the first part, Rodrigo, right? She suspected his boyfriend would deceive her. He would never do it. It's possible, all right? But it doesn't give like the idea that it didn't happen. Also here, you're using past perfect, all right? You're using past perfect. So my recommendation is to only use simple past, or if you use the structure with would again, Rodrigo, it's like extra information, but you are not proving that it didn't happen. Okay, you are adding information, hypothesis. Se sigue aumentando como que hipótesis a lo que pasaría o no pasaría, pero no estás demostrando con un hecho, y un hecho es simple past, ¿ya? Con un hecho que no pasó. Okay, that's the difference. You can use it, but the meaning is different. All right. So here again, to have that clear idea, instead of using this, because it's correct, but here in the past perfect, con el pasado perfecto, me estarás diciendo que él no lo había hecho hasta entonces. Right? Pero esta idea es como para un futuro. Entonces, la mejor recomendación, again, it's to say it in past. He never did it. Though. All right. In that way, you are like showing a fact. Estás mostrando un hecho. And that's a little bit different. All right. So again, if you use would, it's more hypothesis. If you use simple past, you are showing that it didn't happen. And if you use past perfect, you are telling me that something didn't happen before this statement. Okay, before this one. But again, the best option is to use simple past to show that it didn't happen. I don't know if you have questions about those options, Rodrigo. Let me know, please.
No, teacher, I got it.
Okay, thank you. So good. Let's go back. I know that it's still missing some of your examples. And it's, in this case, you, Joanna. I think it's yours. Yes. Let's read your ideas, please, Joanna.
I hope I will have a dinner. However, I don't have dinner. They think I would not know about fixing the office computer. They convinced me. So.
Okay, thank you, Joanna. One big detail. En todito, falta un detalle importante. Tenemos la estructura correcta, pero recuerda que esto es futuro en el pasado. Right? Aunque se llame futuro, todo es pasado. Okay, everything is past. It means that your ideas also have to be in past. All right, significa que todas tus ideas también tienen que estar sí o sí en pasado. Si no, no estaría bien. Okay, so you have to say something like this. Si me dices de esta manera es como decir, yo espero que yo tendría, ¿no? Sin embargo, yo no tengo. So, it makes sense, podría tener sentido, pero para futuro en el pasado, sí o sí tiene que ser todo pasado, Joanna. So, I hoped, ¿ya? Yo esperaba, I would have dinner. Okay? Yo esperaba que yo tendría una cena. Okay? So, pasado. I hoped, esperaba, o esperé. I hoped I would have dinner. However, nuevamente, no es presente ni es futuro, sino pasado. I didn't do it, or I didn't have that dinner. Okay, so didn't, right? So, however, I didn't have the dinner, you can say again. So you can say I didn't do it. It's also possible. Okay, here it's only they. Here, the same, right? No they think, no ellos piensan, sino ellos pensaban futuro en el pasado. They thought, all right? They thought, y nuevamente se necesita un sujeto. That they, ellos pensaban que ellos, o directamente en español se traduce sin sujeto. Ellos pensaban que no sabrían, all right? They thought that they would not know about fixing the office goods, the office computer, or the office's computer can be in this case. Use though, no recuerda la regla para usar though, semicolon, punto y coma, or period, o punto. So, to use the most common, para usar el más común, period, They, nuevamente, como es pasado, instead of convinced, right? They convinced me, though, right? Comma, though. Though means sin embargo, pero. However means sin embargo. But means pero. Okay, all of them are giving contrast, and in future, in the past, they always have to be in past, Joanna, right? I thought, I hoped, I expected, I knew, I would, blah, 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 blah. However, it didn't. They convinced me. I changed my mind. Always past. But that would be it, Joanna. Do you have any questions about those observations? Let me know, please.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So there you go. That is future in the past. Okay, and that was would. Nuevamente, si siguen esta formulita de acá, no va a haber errores. Look, subject, thought, knew, plus subject. Entonces hay dos veces sujeto. Would, affirmative or negative, base form of the verb, and complement. Let's take a look at some examples, please. We're going to read this with you, a reader. Let's read the first two examples, please, reader. Number 1 and number 2.
I always thought I would live in Paris, but I still live in Edinburgh. I thought I would be late.
Thank you, reader. So here even you can see something interesting. Aquí sí ven una mezcla entre pasado y presente. ¿Por qué? I always thought I would live in Paris. Siempre pensé que viviría en París. But I still live in Edinburgh, right? But only one in Edinburgh. So in this case, you're mixing past and present, but it has to be like this. Pero tiene que tener una lógica de este tipo. Or the following, la siguiente. No hay una siguiente parte. Solamente es la primera. I thought I would be late. Pensé que estaría tarde. El contexto ya me muestra que no llegué tarde. Así que pueden decir eso si el contexto está claro. Right? So I thought I would be late. The context is clear, so no need for the second part. It happens the same in number 3. And in number 4 is what we learned. So this is for you, please, Mauricio. Let's read number 3 and number 4.
I knew you would win. I was hoping it would happen someday. It never did, though.
Great, thank you, Mauricio. The same logic, right? I knew you would win. Always an idea before would. And in the second part, I was hoping, estaba esperando, esperaba, right? It would happen someday. Period, it never did, right? It never happened, though. That's it. Let me know, please, if you have any questions about would for future in the past. All right, so again, I think that's it. So thanks again, Mauricio, for reading. We're going to go to this structure again. And here we are going to work with something to finish today's class. All right, we're going to have some time. And it's only going to be the writing. And I'm going to check that. So this is the structure. And these are the structures that you can use. Right, because that's it. That's the end of the lesson. But in this time that we have, please, we have a short writing exercise. Everybody, Gilbert, Reader, Rodrigo, Mauricio, Joanna, Adriana, right? Please, you're going to go to the file and we need to practice past once again. All right, so again, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, as I always do, and try to write at least 2 paragraphs, okay, 1, 2 paragraphs, giving me ideas in past. Okay, tell me something in past. Cuénteme nuevamente algo en pasado. Try to use this one. Traten de usar esto. Try to tell me a story in which you tell me your past plans. Traten de decir una historia en la cual ustedes me cuentan sobre sus planes pasados. ¿Ya? Cuéntenme todo lo que tenían en mente. ¿Qué querían ser cuando eran niños? ¿Qué querían ser cuando eran incluso más jóvenes? ¿Ya? Astronautas, viajar a tal lugar, vivir en tal lugar, ser millonarios. Okay, tell me about your dreams. Cuénteme de sus sueños en el pasado. And also tell me why you still, okay, haven't done it. Cuéntame por qué aún no lo han hecho, tal vez podrían hacerlo. Or tell me what happened, o qué pasó que no fue posible que pase eso. Okay, but in big detail, pero en mucho mayor detalle. All right, dreams, sueños, no varios. And situations, a lot of situations, not only one. No hay situaciones que pasaron, no una, sino varias. Okay, you can use this structure. You can use only simple past structures. Any tense, simple past, present perfect, past perfect, past continuous, future in the past. Okay, you can use all these structures in past. Okay, simple past, past perfect, present perfect, future in the past, past continuous. All right, let's do it, please. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. If not, in 5 minutes, please write as much as you can in past, and I'm going to check what you got. Again, if you want to practice, try to write more so that I can check even more. Any questions before starting? Let me know, please. No? All right, let's do it then. We're going to have 5 minutes. Write as much as you can in past. Tell me about your past dreams, your past expectations, past situations that didn't let you do it, or something that happened to you in the past that changed your mind, that convinced you not to do it, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's work on that, please. All right, and please don't forget to apply the rules that you know with punctuation. Right, complete idea, comma, fanboy, complete idea. Right, complete idea, semicolon, complete idea. Complete idea, period, complete idea. Right, don't mix two complete ideas with commas. No mezclen dos ideas completas con una coma, si no hay un fanboy de por medio. Right, but, and, so, that's it. Just remember that. All right, so we have 1 more minute, please. When it's the 5th minute, I'm going to check in order. All right, vamos a revisar en orden esta vez. And I'm going to check everything you did. So revisar lo que hicieron. If it's one sentence, only one sentence. If it's one paragraph, that paragraph. Okay, let's do it, please. 1 more minute. All right, so it's time. So again, everything you wrote in past. You have simple past. I went to the party. You have past continuous. I was going to the party. You have present perfect. I have gone to the party. You have past perfect, right? I had gone to the party. You have future in the past. I was going to go to the party. I thought I would go to the party. Right? You have more structures. I used to go to parties. I would go to parties, and so on and so forth. I could go to the party, and many other structure. Okay, anything that you did is going to be correct as long as it's past. So again, this time I'm going to check in order what you were able to do. Mauricio, I think I don't have here yours, Rodrigo. So I'm going to start with you, Mauricio. Let's read your ideas, please, Mauricio.
Okay, teacher. When I was young, I thought I would be a doctor. I was going to follow my grandparents' steps. However, as I grew up, I noticed that I did not like health careers.
Okay, thank you very much, Mauricio. Here, only one detail it would be, I think, because everything is great. Now, if you realize here, you say, however, comma, as I grew up, that's another like explanation to that one, right? It's like extra. That's another parenthetical phrase. So you're going to need another comma over there. Why? Because as I grew up is not going to be the subject of your idea, right? I is the subject, so however, comma, as I grew up, comma, I noticed that I didn't like, all right? Now, instead of health careers, I think you're going to describe that in a different way, Mauricio. Perhaps you can say, I noticed that I did not like careers or majors. I'm going to help you out with that one. Okay, careers, or even more than careers in English, they call them majors, right? Como carreras. So I did not like careers which are related to the health, all right, field, area, or something like that. Because if you say health careers, it's going to be a little bit weird. It's longer, this is longer, Mauricio, but it's better if you want to use that expression. I don't know if you have questions about these two details, Mauricio.
No, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Then that's it, Mauricio. And any question related to the lesson itself, to today's lesson? No? All right. Let's go. I think you were working in a different place, Rodrigo. I can see that one. So let's read what you got, please, Rodrigo.
Okay. When I was a kid, I want to be a professional soccer player. I was practicing day to day, and I was a very good player. I hope my dreams will be real. However, with the advance of the time and the increase of the responsibilities, this idea was come back just a far dream. I knew I had much talent for to do it, but it was not sufficient. With the time, my mother convinced me to leave my dreams and to concentrate in my studies.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Rodrigo. Great. Again, thanks also for letting us know this. It's very interesting. Okay, let's check now. Details. Kit, anything that can be singular and plural, todo lo que pueda ser singular o plural, siempre va a necesitar un artículo. So here you always need a kid. Okay, when I was a kid, when I was a child, or young, for example, en el caso anterior, no, young es un adjetivo, entonces ahí no se necesita. When I was young, when I was younger, right? In that case, no articles, but with kid, with child, right? Kid, kids, child, children. So you have to use article. Okay, so the first one, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional soccer player. Good. If you realize, that's the end of your first idea. So, period. Even here, right, Google is correcting that, period. Why? Again, es un error en inglés usar una coma antes de otra oración completa. Solamente si tienes fanboy, right? Y, pero, entonces, those are fanboys. So here, period, right? Period. I was practicing day to day, or you can say even better in this case, day after day. Okay, I was practicing day after day, comma. Why? Because you have subject one more time. This comma is optional, all right? Eso es opcional, pero es mejor saber las opcionales como las obligatorias. I was practicing day after day, comma, and I, complete idea, right? Subject, verb, complement. And I was very good player, a very good player. Great. I hope my dreams would be. So in this case, as this is past, you're going to say, I hoped, right? I hoped, or you can say, I was hoping. One of those. The meaning is practically the same. Okay, I was hoping my dreams would be real. Semicolon, however, with advance of time, okay, or as the time passes by, you can say an increase of the responsibilities. This idea was come back to just a far dream. Here, I want to know more or less what is what you want to say, because I get it more or less, Rodrigo, but the expression would be a little bit different, I think. What do you want to say in this part, Rodrigo?
Se fue volviendo.
Okay, that's too Spanish. So instead of se fue volviendo, in Spanish, in English, you're going to say only became. Se volvió. Okay, because was becoming is incorrect in English. Está incorrecto decir se fue volviendo. Only se volvió. So this idea became or got to be one of those. Okay, se volvió just a far dream could be. All right, or instead of far, because far is for location, más que todo se usa para lejano en ubicación. But for abstract ideas, not that much, no tanto para ideas abstractas. So I would recommend just that one, Rodrigo. But this idea became just a dream, ¿no? Se volvió solamente un sueño. Porque ese se considera un verbo que se llama stative verb, un verbo de no acción. Entonces no lo vamos a usar como ing. Okay, so became just a dream. I knew I had much talent too, right? You only want one of the, if you say for two, it's going to be incorrect. Only to do it. Okay, I had much talent to do it, comma, but it was not sufficient. It's okay to say sufficient, or even sometimes it can be better to say enough. Okay, enough. With the time, okay, comma, right, because that's not the subject. My mother convinced me to live my dreams and to concentrate, okay, good, infinitive, in my study, sorry. Great, it's very interesting. Those are the corrections, Rodrigo. Do you have any questions about these corrections or about the lesson that we covered today?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Good, thank you, guys. Now, Gilbert, let's read yours, please, Gilbert.
When I was 15 years old, I always wanted to travel to the USA. However, I could not to do it because the lifestyle was high. And now that I am 25 years old, I'm working to achieve that dream, but my family doesn't not agree with that.
Thank you very much, Gilbert. So again, let's check, all right? This is the first part. Esa es la primera gran idea que tienes. Cuando tienes una idea así completa, escoges, ¿no? ¿Dónde poner when? When puede estar al principio, Gilbert, right? When I was 15 years old. O puede estar al final. Cuando when es al final de tu idea, no se usa como, right? I always wanted to travel to the US when I was 15 years old. ¿Ok? En ese caso no usas coma. Pero sí tienes que usar coma cuando es al principio. When I was 15 years old, comma, I always wanted to travel to the US. Okay, anytime that when is at the beginning, Gilbert, you have to use comma. Then, this is the end of the idea. Remember, before however, antes de however, no podemos usar coma. En este caso, siempre punto y coma o punto. So, semicolon, however, comma, good. I couldn't do it because, great. Now, was high. If you say high, it's only like alto, pero no se entiende que estás hablando de precio, porque me imagino que estás hablando del costo de vida, right? So the lifestyle was, instead of high, you can say too expensive, perhaps. Muy caro. Okay, in that case, I know that you're talking about money. Si solamente dices high, no se entiende directamente que hablas de dinero en inglés. All right, se entiende que es un alto estilo de vida, pero no que es caro. So, it was too expensive. Now that I'm 25 years old, introductory, no es introductorio. ¿Por qué? Porque tu sujeto acá es I. Now that I'm 25 years old, comma, I'm working to, let's repeat this word, please, Gilbert. Achieve. Achieve, good, right? Alcanzar, right? To achieve that dream. But my family does not agree with that. Good, because this is a present idea that you're giving me. So past and present. That's it, Gilbert. Do you have any questions about these corrections or the lesson? Let me know, please.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. Reader, let's continue with you, please. Let's do the same.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a doctor. But when I grew up, my plans changed. I started to really like the world of cars. That's why when I finished high school, I decided to study mechanical engineering. I thought the university career was going to be easy, but it turned out to be difficult and you needed to study a lot.
Thank you, reader. Great, great. I think I only see one detail here because everything is done very, very well, reader. It's very interesting, very well done. Good, and even here, ¿no? La regla que dijimos, normalmente se usa coma con but, pero cuando hay muchas comas antes y después, se puede usar punto y coma, y es mejor, para no confundir, right? Great. Semicolon, but when I grew up, pero esa es la primera parte de otra cláusula si te das cuenta, reader. When I grew up, comma, right? My plans changed. I think that's the only one. Creo que este es el único. Just in case I started to blah, 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 semicolon. That's why when I was finished school, comma, I decided to study that. Good. Comma, I thought, yes, comma, but it turned out to be difficult. And only this one also. But it turned out to be difficult. And this is another subject, right? So this is going to be another comma. And you needed to study a lot. Just that one, reader. And also let's repeat this phrasal verb, please, reader. Turned out. Instead of turned, only turned. Turned out.
Turned out.
Very good. Everything else is very good, reader. Any questions about this and about today's lesson?
No, teacher, thanks.
Okay, thank you. And let's finish with you two. Okay, we have two more. Great. We're on time. Adriana, let's read yours, please, Adriana.
Hi. When I was child, I wanted to be a professional dancer because I love dance, specifically the classical dance. I was taking a special class to learn, but when I turned 18 years, my parents decided for me, they suggest that I will study a career like law, architecture or engineer. So I decided to study architecture. However, I always want to be a professional dancer.
Thank you very much, Adriana. Great. Again, details only in punctuation. Everything else seems to be, again, very good. Right? When I was, remember, child, todo lo que puede ser plural o singular, siempre usemos con un perdón, con un artículo. All right? A child. Solamente no usamos artículos cuando es o no contable o cuando es un adjetivo. Right? But child is countable, es contable. Right? So, a child. When I was a child, that's the first part, right? Comma. I wanted to be a professional dancer because I loved good. Here you have two options, Adriana. Dance is like the base form. Here it's better if you say, I loved dancing. Good. Here you're saying something extra. Aquí está algo extra y es una frase nada más, no es una oración completa. Así que está muy bien con comma. Especially, you can say, instead of that one, you can say special. Okay, especially classical dance. Good. I was taking a special class to learn, but, right? Remember, si tienes but en medio de dos ideas completas, Adriana, tienes que usar con una coma. I was blah, 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 subject verb complement, comma, but subject verb complement, right? When I turned 18 years old, comma, my parents decided for me. Okay, decidieron por mí. Good. Now here, years old. En este de acá, la opción que arriba usó reader, es opcional, pero si quieres escribir súper bien y que el lector tenga esa posibilidad de dividir las ideas, aquí puedes usar un punto y coma en lugar de coma. Es opcional cuando sientes que con but ya tienes muchas comas antes y después puedes usar punto y coma. All right, so good. Periods, they suggested that I would study a career like law, architecture. Esa es la segunda regla de las comas. Si se tiene una lista de más de 2 ítems, se tiene que usar una coma antes del último. So, law, architecture, or engineer. So, comma, or engineering. Here, the same. No podemos usar la misma regla. Normalmente aquí sí tendría que usar coma, pero como ya hay comas antes, mi recomendación es semicolon. Y otra opción, si es que sientes que es muy débil, porque so normalmente se usa para dos ideas no muy complejas, instead of so, you can use thus, que significa lo mismo, ¿no? Como consecuencia, como resultado, ¿ya? Consecuentemente. Entonces, thus, I decided to study architecture. Semicolon, however, comma, I always want to be. This is past idea, right? I always wanted, es mejor si lo usas incluso con present perfect. Yo siempre he querido, ¿ya? Ser una bailarina profesional. I've always wanted to be a professional dancer. Porque es una idea que empezó en el pasado y aún existe en el presente. Okay, present perfect. That's it, Adriana. Let me know, please, if you have any questions about these corrections or recommendations.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you. And let's finish up with you, please, Joanna. Let's read yours, please.
When I was a child, I had big dreams of becoming a soldier, doctor, veterinary, or banker, but I decided not to continue with these dreams. However, I decided to study economics, but middle career I was taking bad decision when my mom decided me, convinced me the start game.
Thank you, Joanna. Good. Great. The same logic, ¿no? Vamos a empezar con la lógica de Revita, que nuevamente está bien, lo de child, pero la misma idea, si tienen algo que es contable, sí o sí con un artículo, ¿ya? No directamente child, sino a child. Okay, when I was a child. La otra opción, si no quieren usar un adjetivo, perdón, un sustantivo, es que pueden decir young, como lo hizo uno de sus compañeros. Right? When I was a child or when I was young. All right, one of those. Then I had big dreams of becoming, good, this is very interesting. I have big dreams of becoming a soldier, okay. This with no capital letter, aquí no vamos a necesitar la mayúscula. Soldier, a doctor, veterinary, okay. Good. Or banker, right? A soldier, doctor, veterinarian, or banker. Okay, good. But I decided not to, ¿no? La misma lógica que John, es opcional. Si sientes que hay muchas comas antes o después y que esa coma puede confundir, puedes usar un semicolon, punto y coma. But I decided not to continue, good, with these, como son varios sueños, entonces no va a ser this, sino va a ser with these dreams, y plural. Semicolon. However, coma, no, después de however, si usamos coma, sí o sí. However, I decided to study economics, okay? In this case, I think only economy. Okay, I decided to study economy, but in the middle of the career, a mitad de la carrera, I was taking, perhaps here a different expression, quizá una expresión diferente aquí, Johanna. En mitad de la carrera, I was taking bad decisions, ¿no? Estaba tomando malas decisiones. ¿O quieres decir acá, Johanna, mejor, me di cuenta que era una mala decisión? What do you want to say here, Johanna? ¿Estaba tomando malas decisiones o me di cuenta que era una mala decisión? What's the idea here?
Me di cuenta que era una mala decisión.
That's what you want to say, right? Es lo que quieres decir. O solamente quieres decir, estaba tomando una mala decisión.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I was taking a bad decision. No, estaba tomando una decisión. En mitad de la carrera, I was taking a bad decision. And instead of taking here, you're going to say, I was making. Okay, to make a decision. De hacer una decisión en inglés, en lugar de tomar una decisión, se va a decir hacer una decisión. I was making a bad decision. Semicolon, ya, porque es el final de la idea. Then, entonces, coma, my mom convinced me to start again. Me convenció a empezar nuevamente. ¿Verdad, Joanna? Right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so convince me to, ¿no? Porque de significa él, no significa a o una preposición, es un artículo. So, convince me to start, right? To start again. That would be it, Joanna. Let me know if you have any questions or comments.
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's finish here then. It's 9:30, but we got to cover everything, guys. These are the common expressions, and as always, in the last part, you have 2 links to practice a little bit more if you need some practice for future in the past. But that's it for today. As always, please, I'm going to send the link, or sorry, the survey, and you can answer the questions. Thanks for being here. I'll see you tomorrow for the conversation. All right, have a good night. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
see you.
Bye, teacher.
See you. Bye-bye.